This story is about a beautiful medical student who was very fond of surfing in the sea, so she goes to a beach for a walk, but while surfing there, she becomes a victim of a dangerous shark attack and gets stuck on a rock a little distance from the shore. Now, how does she survive in this terrible condition, and whether she is able to return alive after fighting with that dangerous shark or not, we will see in today's story. So in the beginning of the story, we see a small child playing on the seashore. That child moves forward while playing, then he sees a helmet on the shore, then he goes and picks up that helmet and starts looking at it, then his eyes fall on a camera attached to the helmet. He plays a video of it in which it is seen that two boys are surfing in the sea with fun, but suddenly the camera shakes and their screams are heard. Something starts pulling them down one by one and kills them. Then the video suddenly stops and that child runs away from there after seeing all this. Now the scene changes and we see a girl named Nancy, who is a medical student, sitting in a car. Nancy is looking at pictures on her phone when the car driver Carlos asks her if that person in the picture is you. Nancy replies, "No, it is my mother. She had also come to this beach." Nancy's purpose was not just to come here for a trip but to relive the memories of her mother. She is going to the same beach where her mother had gone many years ago. She also shows her sister's picture to Carlos and both of them start moving towards the beach through the dense forest while talking. After some time, they reach the beach and Nancy gets down from the car and starts looking at the scenery all around. This place was very beautiful. Nancy finds this place very special because it is not just a place of beauty but also a place of beauty. It was not a beach but a place associated with her mother's memories. Now Carlos takes out Nancy's luggage and Nancy thanks him, then Carlos leaves. Now Nancy without delay changes her dress and prepares the boat and starts moving towards the sea for surfing. As soon as she gets into the sea, she forgets all her troubles. The coolness of the waves and the flow of water fills her with new energy. In this way she starts swimming ahead of some waves because to enjoy the real fun of surfing, one has to go a little far from the shore. Going ahead, she sees two boys who were already surfing there. Those boys start talking to her and ask, "Are you American?" Nancy answers yes and asks if there is any danger at this place. Then they tell that there is a big rock here on which water reaches once a day and there are some small creatures there which can sting. This makes Nancy a little careful but her curiosity does not decrease. Meanwhile, a big wave rises and all three of them move forward and start surfing. The view is amazing and Nancy also starts enjoying these moments completely. Now after surfing, she comes to the shore and eats some fruits and then starts looking at her mother's picture in her phone. At this time she is missing her mother a lot. Meanwhile, her sister calls her and she shows her this beach. Her sister says, "Oh, this is the same beach about which mother told us." Nancy says, "Yes. This is the same beach but it is even more beautiful than what mother told us." Nancy's sister scolds her a little and says, "You should not have come there alone, at least you should have taken me along." Meanwhile, her dad also comes on the call and she talks to him for a while. After doing that she hangs up the phone. After this Nancy once again takes the boat and goes towards the sea, but it was going to get dark in a while so those two boys say bye to her and leave, but Nancy's heart was not satisfied yet so she decides to surf for a little while more. After those boys leave, she starts going alone to the other side for surfing. While going ahead she also sees some dolphins who were playing in the water around her. Seeing this Nancy gets even more happy and she keeps moving forward, but further ahead she sees a dead whale on which many birds were sitting and small fishes were also eating it. Seeing this Nancy feels a little strange and she decides to go back. Then suddenly a big wave rises and Nancy starts moving forward while surfing, but during this time we see that a big shark comes with the wave and hits her and throws her off the boat. Due to the fast flow of water she hits the surface below with a lot of force but somehow manages herself and comes up again and gets on the boat's surface. She starts moving towards the whale which she had missed and then she is able to climb on the boat when suddenly a shark comes and attacks her and injures her leg badly, but she somehow comes up and now she had understood that it was a shark that had attacked her, so before it attacks again she quickly goes and somehow climbs on the dead whale. Her leg was injured and started bleeding and she was in a lot of pain too. So she opens the step that connects her to the boat and ties it over the wound so that the bleeding reduces. After this she looks towards the beach. The beach was about 300 feet away from here where the surfing boys are still passing by. She starts calling them help help. But due to the waves of water and distance, her voice is not able to reach there. The boys leave from there with their car and Nancy is left trapped here. Now Nancy is on top of the dead whale and she was very scared because the shark can suddenly come and attack again. She starts looking around and then she sees a big rock at some distance from her. Meanwhile, the shark is about to come and attack again, but before that Nancy jumps into the water and starts moving towards that rock. The shark also starts following her, but she quickly swims and climbs the rock and saves herself. After this, she stands on the rock and looks around from where the beach is at a little distance, but to reach there, she will have to get down into the water and swim, due to which the shark can attack again. That is why she decides to stay safe on this rock. Now a lot of blood has been lost due to the injury on her leg, and if that wound is not stitched, then she can die due to excessive blood loss. That is why she herself brings her earring and locket to stitch it. She takes out a bandage from the wound. She was a medical student, so she starts stitching her wound herself, but during this she feels a lot of pain, but still she endures the pain and stitches it, then takes off her swimming suit and ties it on the wound so that the bleeding reduces. Now due to fatigue, she starts resting on the rock for a while and starts thinking that in some time someone will definitely come to save her. But it becomes dark and like this 5 hours pass, but no one comes to save her. Now due to darkness, the temperature starts falling and she starts feeling cold, after which she opens the swimming suit from the wound and cuts a piece of it, and after wearing the suit again, she puts that cut piece very tightly. With great difficulty she applies it on the wound like a bandage and then goes to sleep there. After some time, small crabs come and start biting her, which wakes her up and she kills one of the crabs. A bird was sitting on this rock from the beginning, which was probably injured. Nancy is hungry, so she tries to eat the crab but is unable to eat it and spits it out. After this, she sees her boat floating in the sea, but she could not reach there because the shark was still roaming around it, but she has no other option, so she slowly gets down in the water and starts moving towards the boat without making any sound, but before she can reach there, the shark comes there and starts chasing her. So she quickly climbs the rock again and is saved. After some time, she sees a man sleeping on the shore, so she starts shouting and calling him for help. The man is drunk and wakes up on hearing the shouting sound. Due to intoxication, he thinks that someone is saying hi to him from the other side, so he also starts waving his hand to Nancy by saying hi. Nancy asks him to call and points towards her bag, then the man starts moving towards the back. Seeing this, Nancy becomes happy that maybe now she will get help, but the man goes near the bag and starts searching for the stuff, and he also finds the phone, but his intention is to steal. He takes the phone and all the money and then starts leaving from there with the bag. Seeing this, Nancy shouts at him and tells him not to do this, but he does not listen and starts leaving from there. Meanwhile, his eyes fall on Nancy's boat, which was at some distance from the shore, so he thinks of taking the boat too and starts going into the water. Nancy shouts and tells him not to go into the water. There is a boat there, but he is in an intoxicated state. He does not listen and swims to the boat and then starts going back with the boat. Meanwhile, a shark attacks him, and seeing this, Nancy starts crying. After this, we see that the man crawls to the shore with half his body and dies there. Now the scene of the next day is shown, where again the same two boys come for surfing. At that time, Nancy was asleep, so those boys take the boat and go into the water. Then Nancy wakes up and sees that those boys are coming. She shouts that there is a shark in the water, go back, but those boys do not pay attention to her and start moving forward. Then suddenly a shark attacks one of them. Seeing this, the other boy gets scared and starts moving towards Nancy. But in a few moments, the shark pulls him down as well, and his boat jumps in the air and falls into two pieces. It seemed that the shark has killed him as well, but he somehow escapes and reaches the rock and starts asking for help from Nancy. Nancy also tries to pull him up in a hurry, but the shark pulls her down as well. The bird catches the bird and kills it, and all this gets recorded in the camera fitted in the helmet of the boy whom we saw in the beginning of the story. Now time starts passing and Nancy starts feeling pain due to the intense heat of the sun. This rock is also about to sink in 25 minutes and the shark was still circling the rock. She thinks that if she does not get out of the rock in 25 minutes, then her death is certain. Now the bird, which was on the rock with Nancy from the beginning and was unable to fly due to injury, Nancy catches that bird and checks it, and she finds out that its wing is dislocated. Nancy fixes its wing because she was a medical student. After that she goes to the boy's house. She sees the helmet which had a camera attached to it, so she thinks of going and getting the helmet, but the shark was still moving around from the dead whale to the rock. Nancy makes plans and calculates the rotation time of the shark, which is 32 seconds. Now Nancy has to take the helmet and reach the rock within the same 32 seconds, otherwise the shark can attack again. She gets into the water and slowly starts moving forward, and after a lot of difficulty comes back to the rock with the helmet, but then the shark comes and attacks her, due to which she falls into the water and goes down and collides with it with force. But the lower part of the rock was very big and there were thorns there too, so the shark is not able to reach there, and Nancy quickly takes the helmet and comes back to the rock. Now after reaching the rock, she starts watching the video of the camera in which the video of the shark attack on those boys was recorded. At the end of the video, Nancy is also there when she was trying to pull that boy on the rock. After this, she looks around where a sea buoy signal is transmitted at some distance from her. Now because the rock is going to sink in 10 minutes, so she has to reach the sea buoy somehow. But it will take at least 1 minute to reach there, and the shark reaches the rock in 22 seconds, so going there means inviting death, but she has to go because the rock will sink in 10 minutes. After this, she turns on the camera and starts recording the message and says, "A shark has attacked me. This shark has killed 3 people and has also injured my leg. I am sitting on a rock, but I don't think I have much time because this rock is going to sink in a short while. If anyone gets this message, please help me and then go back home." While giving the address of the boat, she says that if I am not there, then send this message to my house. She also gives a message for her dad and sister that she loves them very much and is missing them a lot. Then after giving the message, she throws the helmet towards the shore. After that, she puts the bird in a piece of broken boat and leaves it in the water so that it can reach the shore and survive. Now water starts filling up to the top of the rock, and at the same time jellyfish also start coming out from there. Then she remembers that jellyfish sticks to the shark and injures them, so sharks do not go near them and they can take advantage of this opportunity. After this, she jumps into the water and goes down and starts moving towards the signal transmitter through the jellyfish. There are many jellyfish below. At this time, the shark is about to attack, but due to the jellyfish, it turns around and goes away. Then she sees that many rods are coming out from a pillar below, and that signal transmitter is tied with a chain with this pillar. After that, she comes above the water and starts swimming forward quickly. The shark was also following her. But before that, she reaches the transmitter and climbs up, then the shark attacks her, but Nancy is not able to do anything. Now she is safe here, even if only for a while. After a while, she sees a big boat and starts opening a box of the transmitter quickly. But that box had rusted, so after a lot of effort, that box opens. There is a fire gun in that box, but as soon as the box opens, all the bullets of the gun fall into the water, after which she holds the transmitter tightly and jumps and picks up the bullets and quickly loads the gun and fires upwards. The bullet goes very high, but by then the boat has gone very far, due to which no one can see her. Seeing this, she gets disappointed and sits down tired and defeated. After this, the story shifts to that scene where we saw that child playing on the beach. That child sees the video of Nancy's message in that camera and runs to call his parents. On the other side, Nancy was sitting sadly, then a shark comes to attack her. Seeing this, Nancy gets angry and she shoots at it with a fire gun, but nothing happens to the shark. After which Nancy goes on top of the transmitter and takes aim from there and shoots, but this time the shoot sets the water on fire because gas had spread in the water due to the rotting of the dead whale. But due to the fire, the shark goes under the water and then comes up and directly attacks the transmitter. Due to this attack, the transmitter overturns in the water and Nancy also falls in the water. Due to this, she also gets hurt a lot, but she handles herself and comes between the rods of the transmitter and becomes safe. But the shark comes again and attacks and breaks those rods. Nancy had understood that the shark would come and attack again and again. Meanwhile, Nancy's attention goes to the chain coming out of the pillar below. Then before the attack happens again, she goes to the other side and tries very hard to open the chain, and it opens. Now the chain starts going down because it is very heavy. And Nancy, holding the chain, starts going down towards the pillar. The shark also starts coming back after seeing her. But as Nancy reaches the rods of the pillar, she moves aside, because of which the rods go right through the shark and it dies right there. Now Nancy becomes unconscious because she is very deep in the water. On the other side, she dies. The child reaches the beach with his dad. The child's dad is Carlos, in whose car Nancy had come here. Then his son starts pointing towards the water where Nancy was actually. On seeing her, Carlos runs into the water and brings Nancy to the shore. She had fainted after going inside the water. Then slowly she regains consciousness, and as soon as she opens her eyes, she sees Carlos in front of her. The bird she had saved is also nearby. After this, she looks towards the sea for the last time, where she fought the biggest battle of her life and found herself alive again. After this, the scene shifts and shows the time after 1 year when Nancy comes to the same beach again, but this time she is not alone. She brings her dad and sister along with her. Then her dad feels proud of Nancy and says that if your mother was with you, she would have been very happy. After this, both the sisters start moving towards the sea together for surfing. This journey of Nancy started from a normal beach trip and turned into a struggle of life and death. By fighting with the shark, she not only saved her life but I also regained my confidence and courage. This story teaches us that even in difficult situations, if we do not give up, we can win over any situation, and with this message the story ends here. Friends, I hope you liked this story. See you with another interesting story.